Good evening. Tonight, as you all well know, we celebrate the institution of the priesthood and the celebration of the very first Mass, which was the Last Supper. God had spent millennia preparing for this one moment when he turned bread and wine into his body, blood, soul, and divinity. The creation of the Eucharist, the incarnation of his love in the world. And so on this night, as we celebrate the priesthood and the Eucharist, as your pastor, I want you to know that I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love my priesthood. And I love being your priest. Just imagine what it must have been like to be at that Last Supper in that upper room 2,000 years ago. And yet we are there. And like then, he is with us. And just as he was about to suffer for the salvation of the world, as he does suffer for the salvation of the world, he is still mystically suffering. Suffering each and every one of our salvation ever since. He suffered in the thousands of martyrdoms in the early church, as our brothers and sisters fought for the foundations of our faith. He suffered in the many persecutions of the first millennia, as the message of the gospel crushed the devil's pagan stronghold on humanity. He suffered in the divisions of the church in the early second millennia that began to rip the church apart. He suffered in the Reformation as the spirit of Judas entered in the heart of his priests and induced them to betray Christ all over again. And he suffers today in this world of lawlessness where love for him has grown cold in the hearts of so many. So many that no longer believe, no longer practice their faith, no longer care, as their souls live in the lukewarmness of pleasure, mediocrity, and indifference. Look out over the whole world and behold his suffering like never before, as the sins of humanity cause his passion all over again. But the message of this night is not that, but rather this night is all about those of us who love him. Jesus looked around the table the night of the Last Supper and beheld the love of his apostles in their hearts. And although their flesh was weak, their spirits were full of zeal and holy desire to serve him wherever he might go, whatever he might suffer, whoever he might face. Despite falling into denial, Peter really meant in zealous love what he said. I will lay down my life for you. And so it is with us. The great divide in the hearts that truly love him. Despite our very best efforts, we know that we are weak and our struggle is real every day of our lives. But isn't that what the road to holiness is? It was the road of the apostles, and it's been the road of every saint that has ever walked this earth to the present day and age. This night is about souls struggling up the hill on the narrow way. The Holy Mass in one hand and confession in the other. Weak though we are souls that are trying. And underneath that effort is fidelity and love that only Jesus can see. And he sees it even when we don't see it inside of ourselves. And so, my dear friends, can I imagine what that night must have been like? I don't need to. Because we're living it right now. As I look out to all your souls before me, I behold the hearts of the apostles themselves, who, although we are weak, we are the Lord's family at this point in time on earth. Us. That's who you are. Souls that love him. Souls that stand with him. Souls that if we could, we would change everything in this sinful world and inside of ourselves to please him. We are the souls at this point in time in salvation history that console him in his suffering. As he is rejected, he looks into the love in your heart and is comforted and pleased with who you are. In the times that we are living in tonight, dear brothers and sisters, every element of what we are doing is as holy as that Holy Thursday all those years ago. You are every bit as special to Christ as those who sat around the table that evening. We are the ones who sit around this table this evening. And in his divinity, the night of the Last Supper, he saw you here tonight. And he loved you. We are his friends. We are his family. And although so very few, we stand by him in his trials as we eat his supper, consume his love, and offer ourselves heart to heart to our God who thirsts for our love and thirsts for our salvation. As we come to receive Jesus as the apostles did that night so long ago, remember that there is no difference between then and now, as the love in our hearts burns the same for him as theirs did. In the fire of that love, let us continue together on the road of salvation.